Hello, everyone. I'm Ada Janisic with Infinity Fun and Travel, and I have Kathy Killen with me from Royal Caribbean. She's a strategic account manager, and she has some things to tell us about Icon of the Sea. Let's welcome her.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Ada.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's very good to see everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday.
All right, what's going on about Icon of the Sea?
Well, I got a little bit of a presentation I wanted to show everybody because I got some great slides because I can talk about this ship all day, but I wanted to give everybody a little bit of an intro as far as with Royal Caribbean. I do work with Ada and her agency, so if you have any questions, please make sure that you reach out to her because she, of course, is going to be our professional travel advisor to be able to help hook you up with, of course, the best Royal Caribbean ship. But of course, the newest and latest and greatest one is going to be the Icon of the Sea. So Ada, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this from the beginning. So hopefully you guys will see as far as what Royal Caribbean's been known for, everything from exploring the world. We have 25 ships and counting, including the newest one coming out January 27th of 2024 with the Icon of the Seas. Royal Caribbean, of course, we do travel globally all over the world. And of course, we got some of the best in class and service when it comes to you coming on board our ships. So as far as the places where you can go, of course, Caribbean and Ada, this is where I think that most people look for, especially if they're coming from colder climates. They want to go someplace warm. And this is exactly where the Icon of the Seas is going to go. But as you can see here on this map, I'm hoping that you can see that, Ada. We have
I
ships
can
that,
see. I can see with the welcome to Royal Caribbean right now.
oh, that's all you can see. You're not able to see the remarkable destinations moving.
No, not yet.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I was hoping that you guys would be able to see that because, we do have, like I said, 25 ships to choose from. You guys do have a ton of options available, but Icon is going to be the largest ship in the world. And she is making her debut doing 7-night Eastern, actually two different Eastern Caribbean itineraries that are 7 nights. And then, of course, we also have the 7-night Western Caribbean, but they all stop at our private island of Perfect Day at Coco Cay. She will be home ported out of Miami. But Ada, this ship actually came out for sale. So people have been able to make reservations on this newest ship since October of 2022. So even though this ship is not coming in until January 27th of 2024, she is available for sale right now through April 30th of 2025. So I don't know if anybody's looking at possibly trying to get away here pretty soon. But if they're looking to get on the Icon of the Seas, they're, of course, going to want to go ahead and contact you for further details.
I have a look ahead now.
Oh, you got to look ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So it is actually working, Ada. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep on going through the slides, but it's just that it's just a little bit delayed besides what we're seeing. So I am going to continue with because I there's so many great things going on with Royal Caribbean that I did not want to not share this because I know the Icon is not coming in until January 27th of 2024. But the Wonder of the Seas is our newest ship, and that also is available sailing right now. She is out of Port Canaveral, so if people can get down to Orlando, they can get on the largest ship in the world right now. Fantastic for families. That's one thing I think, Ada, as far as since the pause, where we are really seeing a huge uptick in business is family travel. This is where, parents and the kids and the grandparents and grandkids are traveling together, but something about the Royal Caribbean brand is able to accommodate all different people and backgrounds, ages. And I think that's the beauty of the Royal Caribbean product. So let's go ahead and talk about the Icon because, of course, this is going to be the newest. Ada, have you seen the commercials?
Yes, I have, man. Those are awesome.
Yeah, they are. So I'm sure many people have already seen as far as this ship. We do have a video of her that you can actually see. I know Ada's got that information as well, but this ship will be the first in its class. So there's no other ship in the world like it. It's being built right now. over in Finland. And as a matter of fact, we should be taking delivery of the Icon of the Seas later this year, probably in December. But again, she does not start sailing with our clients and our guests on board until January 27th of 2024. Now, here's something that's really unique about this ship, though, everyone, is, the largest ship out there right now is the Wonder of the Seas. That's an Oasis class. This is going to be a new class called the Icon class. And there will be 3 of these ships in this same make and model. So when the Icon of the Seas comes out, she will be the first in her class. So again, there's nothing else in the world like her. And she will have bragging rights. She will be the biggest ship in the world, but not necessarily more guests than what we already have on board the Wonder of the Seas. The reason why the ship is bigger is, number one, these cabins are larger, and more than 80% of the staterooms available on the Icon of the Seas are built for families, separate sleeping areas for the kids and the parents or grandparents and grandkids. Not to mention, she's about 2 decks taller than the Oasis class, which is, again, is the biggest ships in the world right now. She will, of course, have some very unique firsts to the industry that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But you are looking at the world's best family vacation because, like I said, over 80% of the cabins and staterooms that are available for people to be able to book on this ship. And they're available in all different cabin categories, Ada, from the least expensive to our ocean view balconies, to our infinity balconies, to our suites. So really, no matter what budget your families are looking at, they have, again, 25% larger than other staterooms in the industry. They're the largest staterooms that we have available at Royal Caribbean, but that's because they were specifically built for families. So people that are traveling with children, grandkids, these are the ones that can actually fit 3 people in a stateroom, 4 people in a stateroom, 5 people or more in a stateroom. But you'll also
right there, that's going to be awesome.
Yes, it is. And take a
Every
look at
time
her.
I'm booking 4, I have to book another cabin.
Exactly.
So that would be awesome.
Yeah, not on this ship. And as a matter of fact, you'll see right there where it says gross registered tons, 250,000 tons. That it does make her the heaviest ship. But the reason why she's so heavy is because of the amount of pools on this ship. So we got thrills, we have chills, we have wows with our entertainment, and of course the different cabin categories. But you can see on this ship, when they talk about iconic thrills, this is going to have the first ever water park at sea, the first ever family dedicated neighborhood with 3 different pools for the little kids, the babies, the parents, where they have grab and go restaurants and eateries, and all that is included as part of their cruise. And then, of course, the pools. There are 7 different pools on this ship, Ada, 7, including adult-only solariums. Again, that's where we have the adult-only areas. But we're going to take a look at the 7 new ways to pool day, which you'll see here on this next coming slide. I had to show you this because for me to talk about it would be one thing, but to be able to see it and to try to picture what this ship is going to look like when she comes in a year from now, she's going to make her debut. You can see that she's got Surfside Water's Edge. That's where I told you earlier that that's the family dedicated neighborhood for those that are traveling with children, especially for the little ones and even the little tykes like your toddlers and things like that. I see families going to this Surfside dedicated family neighborhood and probably never leaving here because then you have the Hideaway Pool, which is a glass pool that is suspended 65 feet up in the air. It's got phenomenal views of the ocean. You can imagine hanging out back there besides hanging out in the pool, lots of places to be able to sit, bars and restaurants, people to be able to get food and drinks and look at this beautiful scenery of the ocean, as well as a great place to watch the sunset.
Isn't that in the aft?
Yeah, that's the Hideaway Pool, which is on deck 15 all the way to the back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then you also see the Cove pool. That's where we're going to have an oceanfront infinity pool. And then Swim and Tonic, which is our swim up bar and pool. It's actually going to be the largest swim up bar at sea. So I see a lot of adults thinking about heading there. Besides, of course, we have our suite only area that has its own deck pool and restaurant and bar. That's called the Grove, which is on deck 18 all the way to the front of the ship. And then we haven't even talked about the adult only pool. That's on deck 17 all the way forward, but on the starboard side of the ship. And that's for 16 plus years of age. And then we also have the largest pool at sea on deck 15, which is called Royal Bay, over 40,000 gallons of water. So this is the reason why she is the biggest ship in the world, why she's the heaviest, but not necessarily more people. It's just more space for families to spread out. If I have people on our ship that don't want to see children, we have places for them to be able to enjoy as well and go. And we haven't even talked about the entertainment yet. The Aquadome and Absolute Zero are the two items when it comes to our entertainment that we've already released and made public, because there's more to come about this ship in the coming months. So we still haven't talked about the restaurants, the entertainment in detail. All of that is coming within the next several months. So more great information and news about the Icon of the Seas. But the one thing I can share about the entertainment is this Aquadome. I don't know if you've seen the video, Ada. Have you seen the video?
Yes, I have.
They lowered this massive structure on the front of a ship. It took them 3 days to do it. It is the largest freestanding dome at sea. It's 5 stories tall. The waterfall now is on the inside of the ship because of course, on the Oasis class, we have these aqua theater shows. So think about this: Olympic synchronized swimmers and divers, aerialists and platform artists and things like that. Now you have all of this inside, and it's an enclosed water show. And then with a flip of a switch, they can actually transform the entire venue space because that's all glassed in area. It is going to be an entertainment powerhouse. And then we also have this place called Absolute Zero, which is the largest ice skating rink at sea. It is our first ever circular ice skating rink, which means that our ice skaters can actually get up to speed a lot quicker and do a lot more tricks. But the Royal Promenade is going to house this area called Absolute Zero because it's going to have parades and parties, karaoke, live entertainment. It'll be a tranquil place during the daytime, but then again at nighttime and throughout the day and evening, you're looking at tons of different things for people to be able to do.
During the day, you can look out, can't you?
Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a beautiful place called the Pearl, which is going to be a first for the Royal Caribbean brand, which is going to be, when you first come on the ship, you're going to have this beautiful, interactive, massive structure that you can go down to right there at the entrance to the Royal Promenade with these beautiful glass-in views of the ocean. That's one thing about the Icon that's different than a lot of our other ships, actually all other ships that are out there, is the fact that we really try to make water the theme of this ship. Water views, water entertainment, water with the different pools, no matter what the age or background. And you're going to see that common theme throughout the entire ship when you come on the Icon of the Seas. And then some other firsts with Royal Caribbean. I don't know if you can see this slide, but this is actually one of our new cabin categories, which is going to be an infinite balcony. Can you see that, Ada?
No, we're still stuck on the first slide.
Oh, you still are? Oh, shoot. Anyway, I'll have to make sure, Ada, that I give you the dedicated website so you can share some videos and things like that on the Icon. But just think about this. There are, again, different accommodations if you're traveling as a couple or if you're traveling as a family. These rooms are going to be spectacular, well-appointed, luxury. But again, if you are going to be traveling with children or multiple people in a stateroom, these are going to be the largest staterooms that we will have at sea because of the separate sleeping areas and just more space to accommodate those that are traveling with multiple people. And then a returning favorite too, really quick, is Central Park. That's where we have over 15,000 live trees and plants and shrubs. It's got eateries and restaurants and bars and shopping. It's going to be amazing.
How is the dining going to be handled?
The dining is going to be handled just like it is on all of our other ships. We will have complimentary eateries located all throughout the ship. As a matter of fact, there's 8 different neighborhoods on the Icon of the Seas, and there's at least one complimentary dining venue on this ship in every single one of these neighborhoods. But that's not even including like your main dining room, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are talking about adding some new grab and go. So stay tuned for more information, Ada. That might be another podcast down the road.
Okay, very good. Let's see. How large are the balconies? Are the balconies larger too?
Yeah, the balconies are larger as well as the square footage. So again, I would say on average about 25% larger than the largest ship that we have at sea right now. So lots of space for people to be able to spread out. They will definitely notice the difference when they get on this ship.
For single cabins, how many do we have on here?
What's that?
For single cabins, for single solo cruisers, do we have any cabins?
No, this, I mean, people can go ahead and they can book a cabin by themselves in any cabin category. We do not have solo staterooms where people have to share common spaces within this ship. We don't have that on this ship. But if people would like to room by themselves, we can definitely accommodate that. It's just that we don't have smaller cabins with common living spaces. That's going to be something for a different cruise experience. So okay. Icon's going to be definitely something different.
So when we're talking about balcony cabins, we'll have inside balcony and outside balcony. Is that correct?
You will have interior balcony that overlooks Central Park. You also, of course, will have surfside balconies that overlook the family area. That's probably going to be where a lot of the families are gravitating towards, just because can you imagine if you're there with kids or grandkids and you have a balcony that overlooks this massive neighborhood with pools and dining and shopping and games and activities. If I had my kids on and they're overlooking that surfside area, they're going to be like, Mom, I want to go down there. So those are what we call our interior balconies. And of course, Central Park is definitely more serene. It's more tranquil. It's more quiet. So we get a lot of couples that like those interior balconies that overlook Central Park, with all the live trees and shrubs and just the beauty of Central Park. And then, of course, we have ocean view balconies. We have ocean view balconies, the regular, and then the infinite balconies, which is where all you do is you flip a switch and it basically pulls the top of the window down to about your waist height, or maybe a little bit higher, so that your balcony is actually part of your stateroom. That's called an infinite balcony. And this is the first time in the Royal Caribbean brand that we are able to offer infinite balconies on board the Icon of the Seas.
Yeah, that extends a great deal of the space. Even if it's bad weather outside, you can still go and sit on your balcony and see it. Yes.
Absolutely.
For children, what are some of the venues we have?
Well, we have Surfside, like I said, as far as when it comes to their own designated area for their pool play with restaurants and little activities. We are actually going to be having family programming specifically for the Icon, just because this is something that I think that the kids are really going to enjoy. But this is going to be the first time ever that a cruise ship will have a water park at sea. And we are not charging for that. 6 record-breaking industry first water park at sea. We also, of course, have the flow rider. So if they want to try knee boarding or surfing, they can do that. And that's all included. Putt-putt golf that's been reimagined. There's even this feature on this ship, Ada, that's called the Crown's Edge, which is where you basically get geared up in safety stuff, a helmet and you're tethered and all this other stuff, where you will walk the plank on the side of the ship. And then when you're not expecting it, the floor is going to drop out underneath you, and then it's going to swing you back into the ship. That is called the Crown's Edge. Stay tuned for more information about that. But if people are looking to give themselves cardiac arrest on purpose, They can try the Crown's Edge, and that's going to be something that you can only find on the Icon of the Seas.
Okay, describe some of the slides that you have.
Okay, so we have drop slides, we have raft slides, we have racing slides. So I think that no matter what sort of slide someone's looking for when it comes to our water park, we'll be able to handle that. And also for kids too, let's not forget that on all of our ships within the Royal Caribbean fleet, we have an award-winning what we call Adventure Ocean program, and that's for our kids, babies and tots. It starts off at 6 months up to 17 years. Complimentary, uh, age appropriate activities that are led by these fantastic youth counselors, where kids can meet other children their age with all sorts of different activities, morning, noon, and night. Because when you have an exhausted child who has basically had the time of their life throughout the day, mom and dad are happy, so are the grandparents, and then of course they can go catch shows and things like that. But that's available for all children, all hours of the day. So that's something that you can find on a Royal Caribbean ship, and of course on the Icon of the Seas.
What security do we have for the children when they're there?
Well, security, number one, everybody, of course, will be going through security when they come on board the ship. But as far as when it comes to Adventure Ocean, the younger kids are actually signed in and out by their parent. That is actually part of the registration process when they come on the ship. And of course, for our teens, basically the parents will, of course, give them the okay to basically sign themselves in and out of the teen club. So there's a little bit more flexibility with the older age groups. But we leave that up to the parents as far as figuring out what they would like to do as far as signing out or signing in privileges. And keep in mind, too, that Royal Caribbean is one of the only cruise companies that employs lifeguards on all of our ships, as well as our private islands. You are not going to find that sort of sense of security when it comes to water safety any better than you're going to find on a Royal Caribbean ship.
And for dining for the kids when they want they're on the in the water and playing around and everything, what do we have available for that?
Well, there will be grab and go stations. They just announced, of course, the restaurants that we will have surrounding Surfside with all your kids' favorites and family friendly eateries. But there is more to come in regards to other different restaurants as well. But you're also looking at, no matter what ship that they go on within the Royal Caribbean fleet, what we call My Family Time Dining, which is where the child is sat down at early seating with the family. They are fed from a child-friendly menu within 45 minutes, while everyone else continues to order off the menu as normal. They can take their time, enjoying all the evening dining activities. But then the child that is signed up for My Family Time Dining is then greeted by a youth staff at the entrance of the dining room once they're done eating and escorted back to Adventure Ocean. So that is something that we have available fleet-wide for all of our ships, called My Family Time Dining. So something to keep in mind, besides, of course, all the different complimentary eateries that are located in all 8 neighborhoods all over the ship.
And what destinations are we looking at?
Well, we have 2 different 7-night Eastern Caribbean and Perfect Day, which is our private island. And then we have a 7-night Western Caribbean with Perfect Island. So one of the 7-night Easterns would be going to St. Martin, St. Thomas, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is our private island. These all leave round trip out of Miami, and they're all 7 nights. And then the other 7-night Eastern would be St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Thomas, and then Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And then our 7-night Western Caribbean would go to Roatan, Costa Maya in Mexico, Cozumel, Mexico, and then, of course, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So all of our 7-night Caribbean cruises, whether you're doing Eastern or Western, will always include a stop at the favorite award-winning Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Well, that sounds nice.
Yes.
I can't wait till I can go and take my family.
I know. You and me both. My kids saw the commercials and like, Mom, when are we going to go on that ship? Because I've already spoiled them with the Oasis class. And now the Icon is just going to be something so incredibly special and unique. And we are super excited to welcome her to our fleet January 27th of 2024.
It sounds nice. How
Yeah.
many elevators are we going to have on there?
Oh my gosh, they got elevators forward as well as aft on both starboard as well as port side. There really isn't an issue. I mean, they've thought of everything from 99 check-in terminals, going, of course, using technology to get people on and off the ship incredibly quick. Not just in the port of embarkation and disembarkation, which is Miami, but also the ports of call that we actually pull into, like the islands. You got elevators and escalators that go down one way to constantly make sure that traffic is moving very quickly. So I know sometimes people kind of shy away from maybe thinking that they would like a large ship like this, but I'm telling you, Royal Caribbean has thought of that, and they have fit into every bit of design and the use of technology to make sure that people never feel like they are crowded. People just kind of gravitate to their area of interest. We found that success when the Oasis class was first launched in 2009. And you're going to find the same home run with the Icon when she comes in another year.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Now, for the older senior adults, what are some of the activities that are there for them?
Well, we of course have our award-winning entertainment. You have casino, you have spa, you have fitness facilities. You also have adult-only pool areas and areas that again are dedicated to kids. So I think knowing the fact that again, whether you are traveling with children, you're traveling without children, you're a senior, you don't want to see children, uh, you're going to probably stay away from Surfside if you don't want to see children because all the families will be gathered there, or the water slides, which is the water park. There are lots of areas, and I think that's one of the gems of a Royal Caribbean ship is that we have figured that out. We have figured out a way to make sure that we are accommodating people of all ages and giving them what they want. Everything from even the entertainment, Ada. You know, we have kid-friendly programming in Adventure Ocean with movies for kids and things like that. And then we got the movies out by the pool where they can watch movies under the stars that might be a little bit more for your older generation or adults. Our entertainment is family friendly, but we also do have adult only comedy shows, and those, of course, are going to be 18 years and up. We have adult entertainment that might be available that might be 18 years and up that's offered and featured late at night in our theater where the kids are not going to be going.
Yeah.
Same thing with our adult only solariums and our adult only complimentary beach and pool areas on our private island. So all of that is something that should go into consideration for someone that might be older that's not traveling with children.
Right. And they want to be secluded from the children at that time. So you can be
Absolutely.
on this ship. It's that large.
Right, exactly. And I would just encourage people if they really do not want to see children. It's one of those things where stay away from your Christmas, your New Year's, your spring break, your Easter week, because when the kids are out of school, that's when our numbers for children really come up higher. But you know what? If they really don't want to see kids, I'm not sure if this ship would be the best for them, quite honestly, because it really is meant to be geared towards families. We have 25 plus other ships for people to choose from. But I will tell you, nothing's going to be like the Icon of the Sea. So I really would encourage people to not just toss it aside because it is a family ship. There's a lot of firsts and a lot of unique things that are happening on this ship, both entertainment, both dining, that are going to knock their socks off. And if people say that they don't want to try it because they're worried about the kids on board, I think that they might be missing out on an incredible experience.
I
So
think so
that's my
too.
2 cents.
It's going to depend on the time of the year, but I think there's
Exactly.
plenty of things for them to do that they don't have to be around the children if that's what they choose not to be. If they want to just have their own area. And the
Right.
idea about the casino, I think that they're going to like that. There's a
Exactly.
lot of people that love the casinos.
Oh yeah, we got the largest casinos at sea, and that's available on all of our ships.
So we're saying January 27th, we can start booking this, correct? Or
Well,
we can
actually,
book for January 27th and after.
right. And I would suggest right now, everybody, because this is where you need to call Ada. We do have a January promotion right now that ends on January 31st, but we did just announce that we are going to extend it for the month of February. So if you are thinking about going on the Icon or any other ship, or you're looking for a vacation experience, we do have a kids sail free promotion that is going on right now, where if the child is 12 and under, we are letting them sail for free. And that includes the Icon of the Seas, minus a couple of your blackout dates, such as Christmas and New Year's, peak summer times. But that's available on all of our ships, including where normally peak summer times, we don't include the kids sail free promotion, but we are including it for Alaska for this coming summer in 2023, as well as Europe in 2023. But on top of the kids sail free, so call Ada for further details. We're also, of course, offering 30% off of every guest. And we're also giving money off of airfare, up to $500 off of your air for both Europe and Alaska for this coming season. So 2023 Europe and 2023 Alaska, up to $500 off per person. So call Ada for more details.
Right. Book through Royal Caribbean.
Yes. Yep.
Well, that was a very nice presentation.
Thank
now
you
we're
so
all
much,
ready
Ada.
to get on the Icon of the Seas.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And yes, Ada, I'll make sure that you get some more videos so that people can really see and experience this ship, because she's a beauty.
And didn't they just float her?
They did just float her. Yep.
And she
just
flew.
did some sea trials. Yes, she's actually doing fantastic. As a matter of fact, we're going to have some people taking a very special tour in another couple of months, sending people over from the States to go actually take a tour on her. So travel advisors like yourself being able to get on and take pictures and video, it's going to be amazing. So stay tuned for more even exciting things about the Icon.
Very nice. Thank you for being with me today.
Thank you so
giving
much,
all this
Ada.
information.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. You take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye-bye.